Hey everyone, it's Christina Holloway here. So, today we're going to talk about leaving a positive impact at work. What exactly does that mean? Well, in terms of what we're going to discuss today, it has to do with making sure you contribute in a way that adds value for yourself and your career, but also for those who work around you. We can show up to work in any number of ways: frazzled, overwhelmed, stressed, or excited, upbeat, and enthusiastic. While we can't control every event that happens to us throughout the day, we can control how we respond to it and what we put out to the world. And that reminded me of a great blog post I came across a few years ago by Seth Godin. If you're not familiar with his blog, I've included a link to it in the description below, particularly to the one that I liked so much. In this blog, he asked us to consider how we make an impact on those around us simply by looking to one scenario. If you're gone from the office, will your colleagues miss you or just notice that you're gone? And I loved it. I loved it so much that I wrote my own blog post about it, which I've also included in the description below. So today I'm going to give you 3 questions you can ask yourself to make sure you're making a positive impact at work. This video is all about behavior. Real quick, before we get started, please make sure to hit the notification button, hit the like button if you enjoy this content, and go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, so let's get started. A few years ago, I had a client who came to me with a problem he was having with one of his managers. This manager created chaos every time he gave her a project to lead. In this situation, she was about to start an extended absence for maternity leave. My client wanted to make sure that his team could take care of her projects while she was gone. This way, when she came back, she could transition into her role without issues. The first step was to dig into the reason she had a tendency to create so much chaos. It turns out that making drama around her projects made her feel valued, and she displayed this by creating tight deadlines, positioning herself as an expert in nearly every situation, and reiterating how important it was to have her involved in nearly every aspect of her projects. Maybe you've encountered a person like this, but more importantly, to a certain degree, maybe you see yourself in this scenario. Let me be clear. There are plenty of companies out there where employees steer into this type of behavior. Very fast-paced environments can make people feel like urgency equals importance, and that's not true. So if you find that chaos rules your days, then it's time to assess how much you add value to the people and situations around you. Here are 3 questions that will help you determine your value. Number 1. Will the business survive? For those of you who work for large companies, the hard truth is yes. The company will survive without you, no doubt about it. The impact that you're trying to make, however, is that you leave a positive, lasting impression. In fact, this is a powerful question to ask yourself from time to time. Putting systems in place to not only help you do your job, but also help others who need to step into your shoes in your absence goes a long way to making sure you leave a lasting legacy as a problem solver. On the other hand, for those of you who've given blood, sweat, and tears to grow your own business, this question is a little tougher. Understanding how you want your business to exist in the market helps to get perspective on the level of involvement you have in day-to-day decision making. If you believe the business is an extension of you and it would cease to exist without you, then be prepared for it to struggle once you're absent. An extended absence could be anything from sudden illness to a family emergency or even a temporary retirement, because many times the retirement doesn't really stick. Taking the time to evaluate how your business will survive without you, even with a short-term absence, can go a long way in making sure that it can weather any situation that comes up. Number 2, will they miss you? This is directly related to Seth Godin's blog that touched on this nicely by differentiating between what it means to leave a job and determine whether your colleagues will miss you when you're gone or simply notice that you're gone. Once my client's manager went on maternity leave, things seemed to calm down immediately. His team simplified projects, they streamlined processes, and they instinctively knew how to complete tasks. Department managers knew where to get the answers to their questions, and things moved more smoothly. There was less anxiety in the air, and in hindsight, no one really missed her overbearing and controlling approach. Did they notice she was away? You bet, but for all the wrong reasons. If you don't know whether others will miss you or simply notice your absence, try asking a simple question when you return. How did it go while I was away? The answer to this question will tell you plenty. Thanks to your planning, we met the deadline without any issues, but we sure missed your jokes at lunch. You can feel confident that your contributions helped your team function without missing a beat in your absence. Or It was pretty quiet, and we actually got a lot done while you were gone, thanks to Bob's workaround. You may be on the receiving end of a hard truth. This is the moment you want to evaluate your approach and see how it compares to the solutions used in your absence. Having the self-awareness to learn how to contribute smarter, not louder, will go a long way to building your personal brand as an indispensable leader. Number 3, do your contributions add value? Let's circle back to my client's manager. She returned from maternity leave and picked up right where she was with her projects again. She dismantled all her progress her colleagues made and went right back to being disruptive. This time she added one more request. She now needed additional staff to help her fix everything that fell apart in her absence. This was her way of angling for more authority. The short answer was no, there was no budget for that. My client realized that if he continued to let his manager disrupt important projects, all his great progress would take a hit, and he didn't want to lose that momentum. In the end, he moved her to a position focused on evaluating data. It had little interaction and dependence on other people. This helped her adjust to returning to work after her extended absence. He then slowly reintroduced projects when she was better able to handle the workload, and he made sure to have a very honest conversation with her about her performance. The drama she created made her valuable in her eyes, but to everyone else it was disruptive. If the only objective of showing up to your job is to promote yourself, then you're missing the point. You want to leave a legacy, contribute to a bigger vision, and succeed on a much bigger scale. Spend your time creating situations where the others around you also benefit. They'll miss you, not only for your accomplishments, but also for how you helped others succeed. That's how you create a powerful personal brand. And that's it for this video on how to make a positive impact at work. This video gave you 3 questions you can ask yourself as you create solutions, position yourself as a problem solver, and create a legacy for how you want to be remembered after you leave. Now, if you want to learn more about developing and building a successful career through a strong personal brand, then take the time to download my free ebook called The Perfect Fit. I've included it in the description below. Just a reminder that if you like this video and you want to see more content that will help you build an effective leadership brand as you climb that ladder of success, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a helpful tip from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!